I hear the trumpet calling as clear as a bell, sounding over bloody fields, so many young men fell. At the dawn we honor them, each and every one, lest you be forgotten, our brave Australians. I am every Australian who answered freedom's call to leave their homes and loved ones and fight on foreign shores. At Gallipoli and Lone Pine, their legend was begun. I am the unknown soldier, I am Australian. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share a dream and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australian. Your sons and your daughters are now marching by your side. They carry your battle flags and say your names with pride. Your courage and your mateship in all of us lives on. I am the Anzac spirit, I am Australian. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share a dream and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australian.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate a day that we honour our fallen soldiers, thank you very much for joining us on this Thursday afternoon, Anzac Day here in Australia and New Zealand. Scotty here with you to bring you the IRL 2-Up Cup. So 100% around Paul Ricard. Obviously, the first instance was 1915. Australia and New Zealand soldiers set out to capture the Gallipoli Peninsula. These became known as the Anzacs, and they took pride, and the pride that they took in that name continues to this day. The soldiers met fierce resistance from the Turkish defenders. It became a bit of a stalemate. The campaign dragged on for 8 months. Unfortunately, over 8,000 Australian and New Zealand soldiers were killed. But this is the start of the day where we remember all Australia and New Zealand killed in military operations. So thank you very much for welcoming us into wherever you're watching us this afternoon, and let the Inters drivers provide you a fantastic 2 hours of action and at Paul Ricard circuit, so it should be a fantastic race today. So we'll have a quick look at our track details for you. Circuit Paul Ricard, 53 laps we will see this afternoon around this 5.842 kilometre circuit. We will do 53 laps of the 15 corner circuit, 2 DRS zones down the start finish straight and on the first part of the back straight through between 7 and 8. as we get into the gameplay, as you can see, we have started qualifying at the moment. So we're about 5 minutes into the session. We've got 15 in at the moment. I think we've got a couple of other drivers that are hopefully going to join us later on in the session before the race starts. I believe it is a light cloud, so I don't think there's any rain today, so light cloud, so it should be very interesting to see how these drivers go into the dry conditions. At the moment, Cards is the only one that set a lap time, 1:33.650. So obviously there was a little bit of a competition about the livery, so we'll obviously go through them in this last 2.5 minutes as we keep an eye on the times. So obviously Cards there in the blue and the red. So leads away. Broseph then goes to the top. So in the white and the green and the gold. Oh, you got a spin in the back. So who was that going sideways? Was it Tetris? Might not be Tetris. I think it was someone else actually. We'll get the details for everybody up at home. So excuse the voice as well. A little bit of a sniffle from myself, but definitely wanted to take part this afternoon. As we can see, Quiet Cake coming through turn 10, and obviously a lot of the green and gold colours. I think we do have a few New Zealanders representing us this afternoon as well, so we'll show them some love as well. But Quiet Cake coming through the last couple of corners. So turn 14 turns into the tight right-hander of turn 15. DRS to the line. And that would be the end of the lap. Obviously, Quiet Cake is 7th. Yusuf, obviously the tier 1 driver. Lovely lever, actually. I really like that. 29.1, so actually goes 9/10 quicker than the letter P. Merchant P3, Battlecat P4. So we've got Timmy back on track, so in the green car with a little bit of the gold stripe there. So nice car there. Shawnee's in the pits, obviously another tier 1 driver. Tetris with the darker green and gold. What about Frosty? He's tier 1 pace as well. So majority of the green colour, again the yellow sort of stripes that you can see. Alright, Battlecat now gone a lot more stripy with the livery, and obviously your green and gold, your green colour with the gold stripes. So like that particular colour scheme as well. As we're on board with Mertz. So hopefully we get a bit of a better camera so we can see the livery got the yellow helmet on. As we have the black, red and green. So lovely colour scheme on this car, currently up near the top, P3. Yusuf, as we've already seen his. Is it NATO that was behind? So, no, Shawnee, sorry. So, Shawnee having the purple in the whitish car. So something a little bit different. NATO. As we see around the chicane now. Obviously again another the green and gold colour schemes. Wait for Tetris, Seal Peel, Broken Reptile to come in on track so we can just see what type of car they have. Letter P we haven't actually seen on an outlap yet. And is going with the darker golden, bit of black and a bit of red. As what has happened there? Jordan picking up the 5 place grip company with Cuds. Cuds is obviously around there somewhere, so not 100% sure whose fault that was. Cuds was on an out lap. Sean was actually, looks like was going to be on a hot lap, so not sure what happened there, but I think Cuds has diffused the damage, which isn't actually great. So obviously we'll have to get back to the pit lane. So I think Tetris coming out now. Seen that colour scheme. So just waiting on Seal Peel. I know Seal Peel was potentially doing it last to first, so hopefully we can see that car at least once out on track beforehand. Timmy coming around the final part of the lap. Not sure who he's got behind. He does come into the pit lane. It might have been not Broseph. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously the custom cars are going to try and throw me off. So hopefully we can get the right amount of action on screen. Letter P is just starting a lap, so we'll actually follow through and take you through this particular lap. Obviously turns 1 and 2 there, as the letter P makes their way up to turns 3, 4 and 5. Very important to make your line right through there. The right-hander turn 4, and then obviously turn 6 and 7. Easily to lose rear end at turn 6, and then obviously the short kick to turn 7, which will gives you the run onto the back straight. So DRS hits about 331 as we come into the chicane of 8 and 9. We're a little bit wider off the apex than what they wanted, and I think letter P has backed out. So didn't invalidate, but maybe just a little bit of a mistake and realised they went wide off the chicane. So letter P will back out of that. Nato goes onto the front row, I should say. So nice lap from Nato. I think Tetris coming through the hairpin to turn 11. Continue on the lap. Left-hander of turn 12. Just got to be a little bit careful on the curbs. He'll have a spin. Turn 14 and then switching it straight to the right. At the bottom corner. Got to get your traction down to the bottom corner. DRS down this straight. Kick to the end. Tetris, the tier 3 driver goes into P9 on the 31.4. So obviously custom cars, they'll be equal. So the tech number, obviously they've tried to that's equalised. So no advantage from anybody. It'll be pure race pace, as we usually see across the normal tiers. On board with Mertz, and Mertz seems like they're about to get an absolutely fantastic tow. Problem is this can't move out of the way, most certainly does. Doesn't look like Tetris actually. As we come into the chicane of 8 and 9, but he's cut it too much. Mertz is invalidated. So I thought that was going to be just a little bit too much, as you saw a little bit of the turn in. So Mertz obviously will have to get that lap removed. Trying to see where Mertz, what did he hit? 332 down the straight. Fastest in the speed trap, 339 by Donmore. So Donmore's obviously got a bit of pace in their car. Obviously got the American style car. So obviously it's not just Australia, New Zealand's represented. Obviously America has known for their military as well. Obviously Veterans Day and all their sort of holidays they have over there, that they honour their respective soldiers and the like. So we'll see how Donmore goes for their second lap, currently P7. 31.055. Through the chicane. So Donmore might be running a little bit lower downforce, because he hit into the hairpin. We've seen plenty of cars in the past able to run side by side through there. It's fantastic to watch from an off-board. So I think we're actually in sunrise conditions, which is obviously poetic. Obviously, hopefully everyone that did go to the dawn service, fortunately missed it this year for myself. But love going to the dawn services when I was younger. So to those that went, obviously, hopefully it was a great time this morning. As Don Moore goes into the 30.9, so did a slight improvement, did Don Moore. Broseph currently down. Well, not on a lap, I should say. Letter Piece is getting out of the way. So just trying to see. I think we've got Tetris just about to start a lap. Must have been validated early on, so we'll follow the Williams driver this season. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Very easy to run wide and invalidate off of turn 2, so got to be careful through there, especially in the race. 53 laps. Obviously, you only need 3 warnings to pick up a penalty, so it's going to be who can manage it. It's going to be fatigue potentially at the end. You shouldn't see too many safety cars at the end during this race. You don't usually get a lot. Maybe if someone has a bit of a slip through turns 3. Turn 6, I should say, trying to get onto the back straight. Maybe just lighten up the rears a little bit, especially if they've got a little bit of wear on them. And then maybe out of turn 11, the hairpin. We've seen a couple of guys lose it, but there's a lot of run-off at that part of the track. So yeah, safety cars should be minimised. So hopefully it can be kept relatively clean, as Tetris is now coming into that hairpin at turn 11. We'll switch it back. Takes a little bit of a water line through turn 12 to try and carry some good speed. A little bit of a kink of turn 13, that's nothing, but the left-hander in turn 14 has to then try and get to the left side of the road to make the turn in for the last corner. Try and carry as much speed. DRS as Tetris crosses the line. Did find just under 2/10, but no improvement, so stays P9. Good job from NATO. Up to, or stayed P2, but up to a 29.2, only a 10th off Yusuf. He's on the intermediate tyre, so won't actually be doing a quick time, as we do have the checkered flag. Yusuf and the letter P, so first and third at the moment. Nato's pretty much done, so we'll say P2 for the time being. Mertz is slightly up, so might be able to pinch that third spot with the gap that they have now. Seeing a few purple sectors, at least for a couple of the drivers a little bit further down. Just their personal best. Mertz does jump the letter P only by 7/1000 of a second. Battlecat looks like they're on a lap. Just make sure that these guys further down are closer. Cudsies. Tetris, I don't think safe. Short A actually goes into the top 3, so great lap in the end, 29.5. Only 4/10 off pole. Cuds, can they find improvement? They certainly can. They go into the 10, 30.8. Battlecat's up by about 3/10. Broseph, no, Timmy goes into the top 8. Great lap from Timmy there. Battlecat should be one of the last drivers to cross the line. Battlecat goes a bit of an improvement. Doesn't move up a spot though. Stays in P6. Quiet Cake up slightly. Goes ahead of Broseph and Timmy up into the top 7. And I think that is it, actually. So Great lap in the end from a couple of the guys to get to the up ends of the top 10, but Yusuf on that, I think, first flying lap goes fastest on a 29.1, and we'll start from pole position for the 2-up cup here at Inters on this Anzac Day. Nato in P2, Sean A in P3, Mertz will remain on the second row of the grid. As you can see the results there, unfortunately, Sean A actually and Cuds had that 5th place grid penalty, so unfortunately they will be dropped down. Probably won't really get a lobby reset, just sort of the nature of what it is, and you've got a 100% race, so a little bit unfortunate. We'll just make sure everything's right on my end. Tetris, Frosty, Broken Reptile, Seal Pill, they 15, and I most certainly have them in the program, so we can have a little bit of a results sheet afterwards. But yeah, unfortunate Sean A will drop down to P8, Cards will drop to the rear of the field. That should be a very good race, and as I said, it's an endurance race, so don't need to go too silly on the start. Have a quick drink because we've got 53 laps ahead of us here in France. Be interesting to see what the game gives the tyre strategy. I haven't really done, I don't believe, 100% race around here. If I have, it's been a while. So I'd imagine probably you're looking at a 2-stop, maybe a double medium and a hard, or a double medium and a soft, maybe. I'll have to wait and see. Obviously, got to get through turn 1 cleanly. As we've finally got the lights on for the formation lap. So we'll bring up everybody's tyres. Top 2 starting on the hard compound. Rosef Shawnee starting on the hard compound, and then Broken Reptile and Seal Pill starting on the hards. Everybody else on the medium tyres. We can actually have a look at the Seal Pill car. Unfortunately, he's running the Audi livery, so clearly didn't have enough time, or forgot that he needed the Aussie setup. But we'll, at least I know who Seal Pill is. Broken Reptile running the black and gold livery. Who else did we see? I think we were fine. I think we've seen everybody else's. So the competition before the livery. So that would be announced, I believe, at the end of stream. So we'll obviously get that to everybody, and I think it's a PSN voucher for the winner, as Yusuf and Frosty have been disqualified. So they will have a bit of a disadvantage off the start. So who are we thinking could take this out? Obviously, we still got an hour and a half of racing left. So it's not exactly going to be, not exactly going to know sort of what's happening, but as Battlecat's got his ERS used. So Battlecat, if you can hear me, hopefully that ERS charges, otherwise he's going to really struggle off the start if he's used 40% already. But surely it'd be Yusuf, Frosty obviously from the back. We'll try try and fight their way through. As you can see, we're overcast at the moment in these sunrise conditions. Just waiting for our last driver to line up. I think that's Mertz. And we should have the 5 red lights now coming on. We got 3, we got 4, we got 5. The 2-up cup here in Inters on Anzac Day is underway, and it looked like an alright start from Nato. Yusuf didn't get the best jump off the line, and Nato's actually going to be running clean through turn number 1. I'll be clean through the rest of the field. As the letter P wants to try and get an early move on Mertz. We're looking clean. Nato actually got a nice jump off those hard compounded tyres. Yusuf was the one that struggled a little bit. Oh, and that's a bit of a slide from the letter P. Oh, sorry, that was Mertz. Letter P gets through. Mertz thankfully didn't lose it to the Battle Cat. Oh, and that's contact. Not sure if that's contact, but letter P's around. Thankfully, everyone avoids them. As I said, it's long way to go in this race, so letter P shouldn't be in too much trouble. Joseph's losing a couple of spots. As you've got Timmy and Sean A moving past as Tetris and Cuds. A little bit of movement. Cuds gets forced off track. Oh, and there's contact between Seal Pill and Broken Reptile. So these guys hopefully haven't picked up any damage. As I'm going to get that little thing up. Thankfully, most drivers are sharing the data for me. But the Battle Cat right behind Mertz. Oh, a little bit toey off the curve there. It was Mertz. Top 2 on the hard compound tyres. They can go longer. As we got Broseph and Frosty. Broseph trying to hang on. Frosty down the inside though. Easy move up into P8. It's already moved up a couple of spots. Impossible race strategies. Medium soft, they reckon. 27 laps on the mediums and then pretty much doing 23 laps on the softs. At least that's the opening one. Is yeah, at least the earliest strategy you can do is Nato obviously sets the fastest lap in the lead, but Yusuf on the hards, just slowly catching up. Mertz has dropped DRS already, so could be in a little bit of trouble next lap by. As you got the Battle Cat, Quiet Cake, Sean A, Timmy and Frosty's not too far behind. Grosven's Donmore and Cuds having a little fight between themselves as well. Donmore goes a little bit defensive. I think Cuds was sort of close enough to do that, but Cuds is going to try and get a bit of a switchback, bit of run off turn 7, and should easily get this move done down the inside. We got Quiet Cake and Battle Cat fighting up ahead. I think Quiet Cake tried to go for the move, but Battle Cat held on. Cuds did get that move done on Donmore. Quiet Cake really hustling the green and gold car ahead. Saw a little bit there. Mertz is sort of just struggling a little bit. Obviously, these guys are running twice the fuel that they normally would run in your 50%er, as Donmore's had a bit of an issue, I think. Run off track. Has front wing damage, actually, so it was Donmore and Cuds. They were in a little bit of a battle, but Donmore's going to have to come in and change that front wing. As Yusuf picks up the fastest lap of the race and really hunt down Nato as Frosty improves that on the medium tyres, as we do have DRS now enabled. It's only a matter of time as Frosty and Timmy sort of fighting through turns 1 and 2. So Frosty gets that spot up into P7, Nato and Frosty. Tighter line from Yusuf, and this should be an easy move down the inside with DRS. As you just see, just that extra bit of straight line speed, more than enough. Will he be able to take the racing line? Most certainly will. So Yusuf is our new race leader from Natabian. Battle Cat Mertz is your top 4. Quiet Cake also very close in this battle. Sean A and Frosty now getting very close, as Frosty's looking for the move down the inside before we hit turn 10. Pretty much flat out this corner. Sean A trying to hang it around the outside, but didn't have the line in. come around towards the end of the lap as it's getting close between this mid-pack. Mertz obviously getting passed by the Battle Cat, really struggling. So we'll wait and see if Mertz has something to fight back, but it's going to be Frosty. Move on White Cake. Round the corner. Oh, Mertz had an issue. And riding, it's pretty much front to rear. Frosty looking to get the move done. That's pretty much 4 wheels off circuit, so I don't think he's... surely that's a warning. As we come through turn 6. Little kink of turn 7. Sean A looked like they had the best exit of the lot. Sean A's got to follow Frosty through. Problem is he doesn't have the inside line. Has to give Quiet Cake space. So Frosty gets the job done on Quiet Cake up into P4. Sean A just managing to hold on. But Quiet Cake will try and fight this side by side going up through turn 10. And easily done defending from Quiet Cake. Just had that, but you can see the battery level is low on that green and gold car. Now staying with use of Battle Cat. Caught back up within DRS, but Frosty, as you can see, up 8 positions already. With you, Frosty, it's going to be a battle between Frosty and Yusuf, I'd imagine, if both drivers keep it clean. As Yusuf's just starting lap 5 of 53, so plenty of time left to go in this one. Oh, and there's going to be contact. That's going to be Sean A. That's going to be Timmy. Speaking beforehand, Timmy said a crash. He crashed out at lap 23, so it looks like he's still got all his parts. But I wouldn't have been too happy with that. Sean A. That front wing still looks stable, but I'd imagine one or the other making a move down the inside at turn 1. As we got Frosty and the Battle Cat. Oh, and the Battle Cat's left the session. So hopefully we can get him back in. What I will do is I'll quickly invite to game. So we got that sorted. As we come into the hairpin of turn 11, and you can just see how much the AI car's dropped off. White Cake, Mertz, Silpil up into P7. He'd be another contender for the win. Obviously, going longer on the hard compounder tyres, he's cleared the traffic further down, so we'll see what they can do in traffic. But you can just see Frosty's just got that extra grip coming off the final corner and easily should have that move done and able to take the racing line. So Frosty, as we start lap 6 of 53, takes P2 as Timmy's into the pit lane. So not sure if he's got any other damage. Might have a bit of front wing. Front wing looks alright. So we'll wait and see. Oh, and that's Stonewall having another spin. Or having a first spin, I should say. Off the hairpin at 11. So a bit of an issue there. Stonewall picks up a 3-second time penalties for their trouble as well. So not looking good. Oh, and who was that one coming out of the hairpin? That was the Battle Cat. As White Cake gets the move done. Not sure if that car's back AI or not. Is in AI or not, I should clarify. Tetris and Broken Reptile. Obviously, Broken Reptile and Silpil had the moment at this particular corner on lap 1. So good for Silpil to actually, he's closed a fair gap as we got Yusuf and Frosty. Yusuf got the move done down the inside. Sorry, Frosty got the move done down the inside, went a little bit deep. Yusuf tried to switch back, not doing. And this has helped Nato really close up to these guys. So interesting to see how the mediums and the hard tyres are feeling with one another. Mertz, after their little moment at turn 2, is right. We've got Domwar, who's had a spin into the wall. We got a virtual safety car. So unfortunately, Domwar will be into the pits. Cuds has actually taken advantage of this pit stop as well. Obviously, it reduced time in the pits if you do serve it now. Mediums were looking alright on the guys that were having them in terms of wear, but obviously might do a hard tyre, get that little bit of extra grip. As I said, you never know, there could be another safety car or another VSC that you could make another pit stop afterwards, so Cud's the only one taking advantage of it. So we'll wait and see when the Delta ends, who's gotten a bit of an advantage from it. So Frosty leads us. So I think he started 12th, I believe. He certainly did. Up 11 spots, biggest mover. Seal Peel from the back as well as P7. As Domwar unfortunately has retired in pit lane, so has not gone their way tonight. Already made one stop, would have had to make a second stop, and was probably close to getting lapped. Darius back enabled, so we're back underway, green flag. So unfortunate for Domwar. We're down to 14. And Frosty got the better jump off the Delta. As we got Seal Peel on the Battle Cat. Not sure if Battle Cat's actually back in or not. Hopefully they are. They're just losing more and more time. So as you can see, all the gaps sort of quite large now. Well, at least over that second mark, Seal Peel's got back within Mertz. As we're having a look at Shawnee, who obviously had that moment at turn 1 a couple of laps ago. Thankfully didn't pick up any damage from what we can tell at the moment. But right on the back of Tetris, really hustling and wants to get this move done. Down the inside. Oh, I think cuts the inside line, so probably picked up a warning there. They're trying to give enough room to Tetris on the outside. Probably didn't need to go that cut it that much because Tetris gave enough room. So Shawnee up into the top 9 now. Seal Peel getting past Mertz. So Seal Peel up into the top 5. But again, a long race to go. Only takes one mistake and you can easily drop half a dozen seconds. Mertz trying to get them back. Oh, it was your internet, Battle Cat. I sent you an invite, but I thought you must have just lost out of the lobby. Not, unfortunately, your internet dead. P7. So you have lost a fair bit of time, and you're now 3.5 seconds off the Mertz Seal Peel battle. So yeah, it's really cost you, unfortunately. As we have a look at Yusuf. 1.4 seconds off. You'd imagine those hard tyres would start to maybe close in a little bit, but again, 20%, 100% race distance. They are going to last quite a while. And as I said, we haven't had anybody hit the first blip yet from any of these drivers who have yet to box. So that's sort of how your tyre wear's sort of going at the moment. So that one stop may easily be on a medium soft or a hard soft. Could definitely be the way to go. A lot of these guys do go. As we still got Mertz holding on to the back of Seal Peel, who's rapidly closing up to White Cake. As we got a nice battle back down here for P7. Grossup in the Battle Cat. Obviously Battle Cat's AI. And looking at Shawnee trying to get the move done. Should be easily done down the inside. Oh, but the AI car's fighting back. Shawnee finally gets it done up into P8. Next target is Grossup. how aggressive does Shawnee go? Obviously 6 seconds between Broseph and Mertz. So a bit of clear air between these couple of groups. But will be the first one to make an attack. As we've got Tetris now getting past the Battle Cats AI car at the final corner. As we have a look at Shawnee in the purple and white livery car. Down the inside. Easily done. Broseph didn't really fight that too hard. And Shawnee up into P7. See how quickly they can close up to Mertz. New Mertz was struggling a little bit. He's now out of DRS of Seal Peel. As we watch Broseph maybe trying to get the move back past. Shawnee won't watch that, or a little bit of a tank slapper off the exit. That opens the door potentially for Tetris. So you thought Shawnee had that move done, but Broseph a rocket chip down that straight. And Shawnee unable to do anything, and he's got Tetris. Maybe a bit of a better line, maybe a sneaky move down the inside at turn 11, not quite. Shawnee goes deep to the bend, but does allow them to get the exit off. So Shawnee holds at 8th, but will have to go back past Broseph, and that's another bit of time loss that they probably would not have wanted. And I think Silpil's finally within DRS of White Cake. Leaders sort of got there, 2.8, 3.3 second gaps between a lot of them. Top 3 covered by about 5.5. So it's going to be this battle for P4 that we'll watch. Mertz is still hanging on a little bit, but still dropping time, and without DRS, going to lose quite a bit of time to Seal Peel. Out of turn 6, and then Little Kinker turn 7 onto the straight. 0.6 of a second. What's the straight line speed looking for? The Audi livery. Seal Peel late lunge? No. We'll hold off. But Seal Peel will try and line up the exit of turn 9. And then heading up the hill. And he's definitely going to go onto the attack. Down the inside. White Cake won't want to give that spot up, but there was nothing really they could do. And White Cake has to give up P4. As we've got Shawnee and Broseph still fighting. Shawnee can't find their way past. Just a straight line speed. Just not enough. You can imagine Shawnee's quicker in clean air, but cannot get the move done on Broseph, but can't get clear. And Broseph fights back once again. So great battle these guys are having. White Cake back up front, or back up into the top 5. Try and use a bit of DRS now. Probably no Seal Peel's the quicker driver, so if White Cake can sort of hang, might do that. Battlecat has finally rejoined the race, as Shawnee and Broseph. So Shawnee needs to break Broseph before they get around to turn 7. DRS activation point is halfway through turn 6. So we'll keep an eye on these two. Broseph 6, 7 tenths. I think Shawnee may have actually got this done. But needs to get this turn 6 right. It wasn't too bad. Broseph's 9 tenths. You'd imagine it's not quite close enough. White Cake has actually fired back on Seal Peel as well. So I thought White Cake might have tried to just leave it. But no, White Cake back up into P4. Shawnee has now broken Broseph, so now can start worrying about getting onto the back of Mertz. 6 second gap at the moment. Now Tetris and Broken Reptile are on there as Seal Peel White Cake. And White Cake covered the inside line. Still ahead. This is not what Seal Peel would have wanted. He was going to try and close in on the top 3. 14. Ends in lines. I'm interested to see if Seal Peel goes at turn 1. Wait. Okay, goes to the right-hand side, so not wanting to put up a bit of a defence. Well, not a lot of a defence, a little bit of movement there. But Silpil now up into the top 4 once again. But it's going to be quiet cake. You'd imagine having another go at turn 8 and 9, the middle chicane on the back straight. Most of those medium tyres, actually nearly every tyre is either your mediums or your hards. It's just sort of hitting that cliff a little bit now. White Cake about 6/10 behind DRS. I think Silpil's finally got the job done. Nowhere near close enough. You can see White Cake's battery. Not a lot that they can do. And Silpil will see if they can break in this third sector. Obviously a very long third sector. You're looking at nearly 40 seconds. So Silpil gets the job done. So gaps increased to 4 seconds now. Yusuf does not have the pace to stay with Frosty. As we got Tetris and Rosa fighting side by side. Around the flat out, right-hander of turn 10 now coming into the hairpin. Tetris takes Rosa. And Broken Reptile now wants a piece of the white, green and gold car. As Mertz picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding pit lane. So on those medium tyres, early calls, so you'd imagine that's definitely a 2-stop for Mertz. Really struggling with those medium tyres. So everybody in this pack jumps up a spot. Battle Cat should be back in the car now, so is in 11th spot, but a lot of time lost unfortunately. Shawnee has broken this pack of 4. So you've got Broseph, Broken Reptile, Letter P, Tetris. That's your pack of 4 here. So Tetris leads out from 6 and 7. But Broseph going back. DRS now in 8. Saw Broseph was flying. Letter P's flying as well. Broseph cannot do anything at turn 8. Letter P gets past Broken Reptile. So we'll see how Letter P fights their way back through the field. Remember, Letter P had that little spin, cost them a lot of time, sent them back to the pack, back up to P9. As we got Broseph and Tetris, so Tetris not able to do it, he's hanging it around the outside. They'll still go side by side through 12. Letter P could really try and take an opportunity here. So Broseph didn't go at turn 8, but got the better exit of turn 9, and obviously was side by side through turn 10. Great battle, the great scrap this pack's having. Thankfully we've got a little bit of battling that we can see. Broken Reptile is right on the back of this field. They can capitalise as well if anything goes wrong. Broseph down the inside of Tetris. And holds the position, goes into P7. Letter P now. See what pace they have. For them to maybe try and get an overtake. Potentially, depending on how their exit is. It's not too bad. Right on the back of Tetris, we may see 3 wide coming onto the back straight. DRS now for the 2 cars behind Broseph. And I think Broseph is going to go from 7th to 9th here. Down the inside. And easily able to take the racing line. So Broseph down to 9th, Tetris and the Letter P moving up a spot into P7 and 8 respectively. But we know Broseph's quick out of here. We'll go down the inside. Tetris actually has to cover. You can see the flashing car. As we go side by side, just enough room. Tetris holding around the inside. Letter P has the inside line. Tetris should have the better line. The traction off the corner as we go side by side through 12. As Letter P just slightly gets forced off track a little bit. Has to concede the position. Broseph right there as well. Broseph a little bit wide from the apex. So watch Broken Reptile maybe try and capitalise, but it's going to be the letter P down the inside at turn 1. Easily done. As we get the aerial shot, Tetris is right there, just needs to stick within DRS. Seal Pill's broken Quiet Cake by about a second and a half. And then we've got a big gap to Sean A in P6. Oh, little bit of a snap from Tetris. And I don't think that 7/10 gap will be enough. It's going to be Broken Reptile that I think wants to get the move done. Take the racing line. Broseph will have the inside to defend. As we get the shot. Broken Reptile. Broseph should have the better exit. And we see now Broseph has been up the hill. But Broken Reptile able to defend. Battle Cat obviously now back up into this little battle now. Cuds isn't too far away either. Remember, Cuds boxed 6 laps. 6 laps, or I've got 6 laps fresher tyres, I should say. I'll get my words out. So Letter P holds. Quiet Cake is now into the pit lane. Wanting to get off those medium tyres. So it's looking like potentially your 2-stopper. Depends on how long the hard runners go. Whether they're on alright tyre. Sean A up into the top 5. Quiet Cake will be just behind this little pack of 5. Drops all the way back down to P12. So I'll leave the one virtual safety car at the moment that we've had. No safety cars as of yet. One DNF this afternoon in the Anzac Day 2-up Cup. Here it is. Hopefully you've had a good Thursday celebrating Anzac Day. Obviously honouring our fallen soldiers over the last 110 years. We're nearly at the 110 anniversary mark, I believe. 1915, obviously, the first year that our soldiers went to war in World War One. As we have a look, Cuds, as you can see, right on the back. So we're seeing a bit of a not a sort of a fantastic race up front, but we're seeing a great scrap for the lower end of the 10. Letter P has broken Tetris, by the way. 1.2 seconds. Cuds trying to go on the inside of the Battle Cat. Battle Cat goes wide. Broseph picking up a 3-second time penalty. As we've got a yellow flag. Broseph, I think, hit the curb and had a bit of a moment, but thankfully still on track, no damage. So Cuds, Battle Cat moving up a spot. And as you can see, that's Broseph trying to go around the outside of Cuds, but not quite happening. And I think that was Sean A that had the spin. I thought it was Broseph, but no, it was a Sean A. Because they were clear of this bite. And coming through turns 1 and 2, Tetris and Sean A. We saw this fight prior. So Sean A, I thought it was Broseph that had the moment, but it wasn't. They just picked up a 3-second time penalty. So Sean A will now lead a 6-car train. And you can see the gap, once you get out past letter P, top 4 cleared by 16 seconds. Quiet Cake obviously making a pit stop and will be closing in on this pack. Battle Cat down the inside of Broken Reptile, obviously back in control of their car. You can see the little bit of a gap for the letter P and this hungry fight. As we make our way up the hill. Reptile and Cuds. Very close. Very close between these 3. So Battle Cat's back up into P7. Obviously having pace, and unfortunately going into AI really costs them probably about close to 20 seconds easily. Broken Reptile into the pits, wanting off those particular tyres. So the hard's only going 17 laps as well, so that's definitely your two-stopper. As we make our way through turns 1 and 2. You can see 5 cars now within DRS brace, just off the back. Mertz and Quiet Cake are obviously going to be catching this pack, which is going to actually cost them time. They've got to actually work their way through. So just something to keep in mind that Mertz and Quiet Cake need to get through, but they can't afford to have a risk. As who was that? That was Tetris. Had a big snap through turn 6. Should allow Cuds to easily get the better run, but doesn't have the top end speed to send the move down at turn 8. So stays the same. Mertz gets past one of the cards, as I said just before, on Brosum. Needs his pack to sort of spread out a little bit. Cuds with the toe coming up the hill. Oh, back up very, very close to the rear wing of Tetris. But has a better run and then quickly switching to the inside line. Tetris sticks to the outside line. That's all 4 wheels off. That's surely a warning. Cuds around the outside at 13. We'll have the inside at 14. As Tetris is actually coming in, so he wants off those medium tyres as well. So you've got Battlecat Tetris in off the medium tyres. As you got Mertz, this really frees up Mertz and Quiet Cake. Needed it for both drivers. Quiet Cake gets past Brosum and Mertz gets past Cuds. So top 6 have yet to make a pit stop. Same as Brosum in P10 has yet to make a pit stop as well. But you can see the gap. The letter P has 2 seal peels, 18 seconds to close back up. The letter P's I think starting to struggle because this Sean A Mertz battle starting to really come close together. Sean A with a bit of DRS. Doesn't go for the move down the inside of turn 8. Watch for the battle up ahead. Cuds is right behind Mertz as well. Obviously 7-lap-old harder tyres. See how they feel on that particular car later on in the stint. Battle as Yusuf picks up a 3-second time penalty. You know he's sort of nowhere near Frosty, but that may hurt if we get a late safety car. Sean A gets past letter P, who comes into pit lane. So you can tell those mediums are really struggling. Guys up front, when does Frosty come in? 20 laps on the medium tyres, he's got a gap, so I'd imagine they not really have to really struggle. I'd doubt a medium soft. Just looking at his percentage, maybe able to extend a little bit longer, but it's going to be tough to get a medium soft around here done. Needs to at least get to lap 30, 35, you'd imagine. I'd probably say, yeah, probably 30. Take the softs 23 laps, but even then that's a struggle. But we'll have to wait and see. Broken Reptile does jump letter P. That really hurt. And that's how much of the undercut was. Letter P was miles clear of Broken Reptile. But just 2 laps on those medium tyres, easily back, and you've got this 3-car battle now, all on a fresh set of medium tyres. So with all these guys going on to the mediums, I'd imagine your medium soft is your strategy for these guys. So do the hard runners go hard, medium, soft, or hard, soft, soft? Not sure, as we gonna intentionally come 3 wide. And you've got the car on the outside, nearly off track. Broken Reptile sort of in behind, but Battlecat, lovely work getting past both drivers. Very interested to see if they picked up a warning, but Battlecat up into P10, past the letter P, is not quite having the tyres warmed up. And unfortunately, that is letter P in P11, Broken Reptile down to into P12. So the Battlecat see what pace they've got. Does Bruce come in? No, they don't. Shorty and Mertz. So Mertz's fresher hard compounder tyres easily working well. Problem is, Mertz has now got a 20-second gap to close up to Steel Pill. I know that the top four have yet to make a pit stop, but Mertz has already gone 8 laps on those hard tyres. But Battle Cat, meanwhile, goes fastest on a 34.151 on the fresh mediums. If you can hang on, maybe you're one stop. But if you're going to do a two stop, you've got to sort of make the pit stop early to get a big undercut. Controller, yes, this is a PS-only league for the time being, but we will, into next season, potentially go cross-play. So we're just doing a bit of a one-off race this afternoon, just to celebrate Anzac Day here in Australia and New Zealand. And we will obviously have our regularly scheduled round at Silverstone this weekend, Tier 3 on Friday night, Tier 2 Saturday afternoon, and Tier 1 on Sunday afternoon. As we're having a look at the Battle Cat, Limpy obviously got past the Battle Cat in all that. White Cake and Shawnee. So White Cake will try and get the move done. Down the inside, it was a late lunge. I thought there was going to be contact. Rose's finally into the pits off his 21-lap-old hard compounder tyres. So it is now the top four that have yet to stop for a single time yet. But you'd imagine every driver at least has one more pit stop to do. Because I don't really see Cuts taking those 16-lap-old hards. You don't really imagine seeing this pack, let it be Battle Cat, taking their mediums 30-plus laps. We do hit lap 23 as Shawnee having to defend from White Cake and is able to do that. So Shawnee down to 7th, White Cake back up into P6. Timmy picks up a 3-second time penalty. I don't see much of Timmy. Obviously P13, 17 lap old hards, obviously having to come in 4 laps after that collision at turn 1. As we got Silpil actually now closing in of NATO. So NATO bien obviously just struggling on those old hards. Silpil's managing them better. Because there's about 8 seconds between Yusuf and NATO when I looked last. So Silpil obviously handling him a little bit better. Broseph and Timmy swapping positions. As you can see Timmy on screen, last of the runners. So may try and follow Broseph for a little bit. Watching Silpil. Probably not quite close enough to send a move. Just looking at the tyres, not too bad. Frosty could potentially make the one-stop work here. Go into a set of hards. Lower fuel. Should be able to get them to the end. So Mertz and White Cake now. They've dropped Short A down outside of a second now. White Cake wants to move on. Mertz gets the job done. Up into P5. So he's technically within Silpil's window, who White Cake was fighting before their pit stop. As Silpil gets the job done, I think NATO may have made a little bit of a mistake, not sure. But does NATO come in? No, they stays out once again. So if these guys up front do try and do a one-stop, it'd be very interesting to see, but obviously Frosty and Yusuf are long gone. White Cake and Mertz of the battle that we're watching now. Looking at your penalties. So Yusuf with the 3-second, Mertz with the 5-second for speeding in pit lane, so we'll have to come in and serve that when they box, because you'd imagine they'd be boxing again. And then Tetris, Broseph and Timmy all with the 3-second time penalty further back at the end of the field. White Cake thought he might have been under attack at turn 1 there. Mertz didn't go for the move. So as we round turn 6, Mertz within 4 tenths, should with a bit of DRS usage. White Cake's covering the inside line, goes back to the racing line. Yusuf, it'll be a late lunge. White Cake moves to the middle again. But as you can see, White Cake had a poor exit as we come off turn 9. Let's try to weave which way can he go. He's going to have to sit behind maybe an inside lunge at turn 11. No, goes to the outside line. Does White Cake go deep? Oh, Mertz actually was the one that goes deep, but he's able to cut back in. NATO's in from P3, so you thought those hard tyres were really starting to fall off. And Mertz couldn't quite get the switchback done. So these two are in a good fight. This will allow Shawnee to sort of hang in there slightly, but with 24 lap old hard tyres, not sure how much they can do. NATO comes out just behind this battle as well on the fresh set of the medium tyres. So about half race distance, so NATO can try and make those mediums last to the end here. Frosty's making them last, 25 laps on the mediums. Frosty can easily come in for a set of hard compounded tyres and actually go to the end. So remember, the start of the race, they said medium soft, so that might be what Frosty's doing. As I said, with the not 10-second gap that they do have, they can afford to go and extend. They can lose a couple of seconds a lap to give their softs the extra best chance to make it to the end. On board with Mertz. Nothing doing. Frosty's actually in now on lap 25. So I'd imagine we'll go the hard compounder tyres. Yusuf comes in, will probably go to the medium set. No, Frosty's going to compounder tyres. They're going to be a stretch, otherwise, unless he's doing another stop. Yellow flag. We've got Timmy at the back in the background, I believe. Yes, it is Timmy. Think looking all right. No, not sure about damage because Timmy's not running the data for me. The little shit. Seal Pill. So Frosty got ahead of Seal Pill. So that's great for Frosty's race. Seal Pill obviously will have no challenge anyway. And Yusuf in third, about 8 seconds behind is Quiet and Mertz. So he's in a fair bit of clean air as well. So NATO is going to be stuck behind these two hard riders in front. So Mertz probably the one that's going to hurt a little bit. Obviously got past Shawnee in P7 again. Shawnee yet to stop 26 laps in. So Silpill and Shawnee, the only two yet to make a pit stop in this race. Frosty's the only car that we've seen a soft compounded tyre fitted to. We'll see how those last, but it'd be very interesting. I think I'm seeing 3% tyre wears. Timmy, I think he's done for the afternoon. Sort of running around the back. I think he said he might join us, talked to him earlier. He lasted 4 laps longer than what he thought, so it's good effort from Timmy. Not sure how many laps he did to prepare for this. Mertz 3/10 back. So NATO, as you can see in the background, the fresh medium tyres back within DRS and should have much more grip than the two in front. So you'd imagine should be very quick as they do set the fastest lap, 33.565. But I have a feeling Frosty will be very quickly beating that. But because we're only halfway distance, they've still got pretty much 50% fuel load in these cars as well. So there's still chances for guys to get position. to set a fastest lap as Letter P gets past Cuds. And the Battle Cat's going to try and nick the spot as well. Cuds loses 2 spots in 3 corners. We'll head back up to this battle though, because NATO so much more grip through turn 6 and 7. Problem is with DRS from Mertz off White Cake, can't do anything. It has to be pure traction. You can see the back end of Mertz's car sort of getting under him, losing the rear, and Mertz, I think, will lose that position. NATO Bien up into P5. So that was good that he cleared one car this lap. So NATO in P5. Frosty does set the fastest lap, and it was a whole, 2 seconds quicker, 1:31.122. So great lap. Sealpill yet to stop as well, 8 seconds off from when they came out within a second of each other. So that's how much a new set of soft compound tyres do to 28 lap old hards. And NATO should be very easily getting this move done on White Cake. And certainly does. Up into P4. So NAD's got to get these laps in now, just because of the Sealpill factor. He should potentially, no, he will. They will jump Sealpill, but Sealpill's probably going to go to the set of soft compounders as well. So probably going to go maybe lap 30, maybe. Jump on into a set of softs for 23 laps, and we'll be really trying to fly. Wait and see on what Sealpill does. Obviously coming from the back of the field. And NATO pretty much cleared that first sector very easily. White Cake had no grip compared to the car in front. We've got the Battle Cat and Letter P fighting. Battle Cat back up into P8. And Tetris and Cuds fighting. Cuds obviously on those old hard compound tyres having to make the early stop. Tetris in P10. So Cuds obviously tried, he boxed under the virtual safety car. It just has not worked. As Sealpill finally comes into the pit lane, but Frosty's retired. And that's a safety car. That's your race winner, pretty much dead at turn 1. Car's gone. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens. But Frosty is out of this one. We have a safety car. This will really bunch the pack up. And at least we should be in for a really good race, second half of this race. So you'd imagine everyone who has yet to make a stop will come into the pits. This is great work from Sealpill. Sealpill a little bit lucky, but I think he wouldn't have lost the position regardless. White Cake onto a fresh set of medium tyres. Short A on the mediums. Mertz on the mediums. Battle Cat's gone onto the hard compounded tyres, because they hadn't gone on to a other than the medium. So I think that's why Battle Cat and Letter P had to go onto the mediums. Tetris onto the hards as well. Cuds, Broken Reptile, Broseph on the mediums. I'd imagine Yusuf NATO will stay out. Yusuf may be able to come in for a fresh set of medium tyres. NATO as well. It'd be very interesting to see what happened with Frosty. As I said, looking at the incident, it seems like it was just a bit of a mistake. So, really unfortunate. So, under safety car. So, everybody will be on a fresh set of medium tyres or a fresh set of the hard compounder tyres. And I thought Yusuf coming in figured Yusuf obviously starting on those hard tyres, I believe, so will easily be able to chuck on the second set of the medium tyres of Alice. Gives them an extra 3 laps of tyre wear. And as I said, these guys went about 23. I mean, Frosty did 26 laps, 27 laps, so easily done. NATO actually decides to take the lead. How their tyres doing? Not too bad, just in terms of obviously 5 laps done. Sealpill obviously makes this interesting. This Silpill would probably have similar pace you'd imagine to Yusuf, but now has a bit of track position, and again made those hard compounder tyres last a long way. So we'll have a look at our pit stops, and you can see top two have only stopped once. Same as Shawnee, stopped once, but need to get those hard compounder tyres actually a long way, and Shawnee up into P5. So that's a nice recovery drive after a couple of little issues, and then obviously stuck in a decent battle pack, and probably a good chance to save fuel too, because that yellow fuel light's been on for pretty much the entire race. So this safety car should easily help with the fuel situation here, as the field is still sort of spread out, so helps them. Position changes, Silpill obviously up the most now, up 12. It was Frosty, but Frosty obviously not in this race. We're down to 12. So Cud's up 5. Quiet Cake up 2, Shawnee up 3. So be interested to see if Quiet Cake can try and keep with this top 3. But be very interested to see who can pick. Be very interesting who can pick up the podium. So I'll grab a quick drink, and we'll get into the final 20 laps of this Anzac Day France Tour Cup here at Inters Racing League, and it should be a good one. Race leader we've lost inherits that position to NATO. Silpill in P2, Yusuf in third, Quiet Cake, Shawnee, Mertz, Battlecat, Letter P, Tetris, Cuds, Broken Reptile, and Corrosive Coop are your top 12. And we'll have a interesting fight to the end of this one. So as we see the safety car coming in at the end of this lap, it will be NATO, Silpill, Yusuf in top 3. NATO will have control of the start. It'll be very interesting to see to go. Interesting to see when the leader does go. Very close between the top 3. The guys can't pass until after the start-finish line. So as we come around the final corner, Natabian's gone. So we'll restart this race. Lap 33 of 53. We'll have 21 laps of racing left to go. Everybody on a new set of either mediums or softs. Now it comes around the turn number 1 and 2 with the 4/10 gap. Yusuf and Quiet Cake picks up a 3-second time penalty. So could hurt him in the end. But we'll watch this pack of three up front. Everyone else looks to have gotten clear of turns 1, 2, and then through 3, 4, and 5 as Steelfield just struggling a little bit, but actually got a better line as we potentially see a three-way fight down into turn number 8. Steelfield takes lead from Yusuf, but does Yusuf sneak down the inside of Steelfield? No, they don't. So NATO just doesn't quite have the grip, and again, 7-lap on medium tyres does not have a fresh set on. Was the only driver that elected not to take the pit stop in there is Sean A. Trying to send the move down on White Cake. White Cake picking up that penalty around the outside of the hairpin though. Will they have the better traction down the inside? Should go at turn 12. And White Cake unfortunately could do nothing about it, but has the better traction off of the exit of 12. Oh, thought about the move at 13, but that could open the door for Mertz to send the move. Not quite, but battle for the lead, Yusuf and Sealfield. Yusuf was easily running P2 and well clear of the guys behind before the safety car. So we'll see how much they can easily try and gap and effectively pass. But Yusuf really flying off this restart. He's got a ton of speed. Mertz White Cake. Oh, and that's sent. Who was that? Battle Cap has gone super wide. Not sure if there was contact or trying to have to avoid contact. These packs are really close together. Meanwhile, up front, we couldn't get the job done as Mertz close to Quiet Cake Cuds. As this pack's getting scrappy with more than 8. We sort of watched about 15, 20 laps ago. So it stays as they are. Yusuf. Didn't try a bit of an undercut. I thought the switchback. Thought they would have. But Yusuf happy just to sit there at the moment. Mertz desperately wanting to try and get Quiet Cake. Takes a wider line at the entry of turn 12. Get a bit of better traction off the exit. White Cake holding that up from the misses. The way these two are battling, it's really opened up the gap between 5th and 6th. Sorry, between 4th and 5th, I should say. And you can see a lot of cars behind, all within DRS. That big train. Yusuf. With DRS now enabled this lap, should be an easy move. As Sealfield picks up a 3-second time penalty. Sealfield could just try and stick with Yusuf, but now that's an issue no longer. Sean A up into P4, trying to close in on NATO. NATO's lost DRS. So I think these top two with penalties may still be able to get away, but Yusuf down the inside. As we make our run down to turn 8, inside line, will Sealfield try and hang it around the outside. I think Sealfield knows Yusuf probably has the better race pace, but nothing done. So Yusuf up into P1 and is our new race leader from Sealfield NATO. Short A, Quiet Cake, trying to fight Mertz off, is still doing so. I think we saw another swap of positions, or at least side by side between them. The letter P and P7, as the letter P had a moment at the start of the race, dropped him all the way to the back of the field. Back up into P7. Might be out of touch for a potential podium position, just with sort of how feisty this fight's going for P5. Mertz really trying to want to get the job done. No lunge down at turn 15, the bottom, but you got to be careful when you try and take a wide line like that, because it easily opens the door for the letter P in this instance to send a cheeky one down the inside. So top 4 stay as they are. Mertz sticks behind Quiet Cake. Oh, and there's contact. Thankfully, the letter P has saved it. I don't think that was contact, and probably luckily that didn't send Mertz around, actually. That could have been bad. So letter P now at the back end of this train now, after that little contact, as you got Mertz and Cuds. Cuds sent a cheeky one down at turn 5. So all happening between this whole lot. Shawnee's probably about to get the move done. No, they won't. I thought they might have been a little bit closer, but Cards always we're going to see 3 wide. I think Mertz, Quiet Cake. It's got to be Quiet Cake that leads. Cards is Broseph going off track, so having to take a bit of an avoiding action. So we'll fall back to the bottom of that list. May have picked up a warning for that. But this is getting hairy. Yusuf and Sealfield close within 3/10. Sealfield's sticking behind. Problem is now with that 3-second penalty, it's now back in terms of who actually finishes in front with those two. NATO's nearly out of the 3-second penalty range as well. And they've got a hell of a fight on the head with Shawnee in 4th. Keeping an eye on this battle for P5, 6th, 7th, and you can probably include 8th down to 12th in that as well. Oh, and that's a late lunge by Cards. Cheeky move, slight contact. It's got to be a little bit careful. You don't want to give yourself damage at this late stage of the race. White Cake still holding on. Cards has really got pace. Problem is he's now just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Tetris picks up a 3-second time penalty. These guys are really trying to push as Tetris. I think that was also because Mertz had an issue as Cards got down the inside. Give me a better camera angle. This is getting real feisty. Mertz is shoved off wide, loses a couple of spots as we get the shot from turn 7. As you've got Mertz and the Battle Cat trying to... No, Mertz and the Battle Cat. So as we try and feed our way through this, we've got Battle Cat around the outside of Mertz. Nothing doing. Could open the door for the Letter P. Letter P gets sideways. That allows Broken Reptile to come through. And then you got Broseph as well, who we've seen all race quick up the hill. So Broseph should easily get that move done down the inside of the Letter P. Back to the back of the pack does the Letter P go. What a battle for this, pretty much for P5. White Cake, this may be his chance to sort of break away from this pack, but Tetris is trying to hang back on. I know White Cake has a little bit of front wing damage. That might affect why he's a little bit slow, but he's been under constant attack. Shawnee, meanwhile, has moved up into P3. We've sort of missed that battle while we were watching all that carnage down for P5. Steelfield still has about a half-second gap to Yusuf, so still managing that nicely. As we got Tetris and Quiet Cake. Tetris down around the outside, able to take the racing line up into P5. Cuds and Mertz got close. Quiet Cake picks up a 3-second time penalty. So I think all these boys have now got 3 seconds. No, Tetris has 6. Quiet Cake has 6. So it might be Mertz, Battle Cat, Broken. They're further down in the pack, but might actually get the positions in the end. So that safety car sort of has bring this fight up, and you can see on the mini-map down at your bottom right-hand side of your screen, top 4 have absolutely bolted. As Yusuf picked up a 3-second time penalty. So that potentially changes the race winner. Because Sealfield got 3, Yusuf's got 6. I might have to keep it on the penalties as it's getting crazy side by side between Battle Cat and Mertz once again. I think Battle Cat's got the job done. I think one car was slow off turn 9, might have been Broken Reptile as Broseph now again getting another move done up the hill before turn 10. Yeah, we might keep it on penalties now because we all know they're on new, fresh, mediums or hards. So Quiet Cake 6 seconds, Tetris 6 seconds, Cuz 3 seconds. Battle Cat's looking like the best spot in the best spot at the moment to jump up into that P5. Or is Mertz really? I thought that was very close to a collision there. Obviously, we got the battle for the lead. I got to want to keep an eye on that, but just and that's who's that? Letter P. I don't know if they hit the wall or not, but that was very, very close. Got the front wing intact. Gap the front, half a second. But as you can see, Sealfield will win as NATO now picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's dropped off Shawnee, but has a 10-second gap, so I think that should be a fairly easily P4. Shawnee's actually just very close to within 3 seconds. Shawnee could actually win this race if they've got the pace, as we got some front to rear contact between all these guys. As Sealfield up the front makes a move down the inside, at the chicane I should say. Sealfield takes the race lead. I should watch him up the hill, but I'm interested and intrigued in this heavy scrap. Oh, and was that a late lunge? thought there might have been contact. Cuds gets a better exit off the second part of the chicane, turn 9. Broken Reptile's gotten back past Broseph. I think Broseff's had an issue. Dropped to the back of the pack. But Cuds and Tetris side by side. Cuds has the inside line at turn 11. Should get the job done. Tetris is going to try and hang around the outside. Has got still a nose up in there, but can't quite do it. Battlecat now trying to eagerly make his way back through. As we see the shoulder cam, and there's contact between Tetris on the back of Cuds. That forces Tetris wide and allows Battlecat through. So Tetris didn't pick up any damage from that. White Cake still with his 6/10 of a second. He can't break this pack no matter who's behind. It's Cuds now will try and have an attempt on him. Battlecat as well in P7. As that was a bit of a compromised line from Quiet Cake. Cuds right on the attack. Quiet Cake's really struggling. He's been defending well, but it's going to be sooner rather than later. You can just see Cuds try and easily get the move done. White Cake defends. But Cuds will have DRS, but we go to the run down into turn number 8. Problem is, with no battery, Cuds is going to have to make a move around the outside. That will get White Cake a better run through turn 9. And you can just see the extra pace. Cuds goes to, White Cake goes to the inside. Easily done down the inside, and Quiet Cake still remains the only one really staying in their position, P5. Getting really close. I really don't want to switch, but these two are really fighting as well. Oh, Yusuf picks up another 3-second penalty. I thought he went wide, and that's really going to hurt Yusuf. And Sean A, that's pretty much a P2 at the moment. He's nearly within the Seal Pills 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Quiet Cake and Cuds still fighting. Quiet Cake had a moment off the corner. I think he was the one that will get DRS, so he's going to be vulnerable. So Cuds, Battlecat was potentially going to go 3 wide. Battlecat sort of just has to sit there. But Cuds, this might be the time. Cuds finally up into P5. This might be the chance he gets to break. Quiet Cake's speed struggling through this section, as you can just see. You can see the 6-car train behind him as the little Pete looks for a sneaky nose up the inside of the Tetris. And Quiet Cake already lost 1.3 as that spurts around in this contact. Does everyone avoid him? No. Broseph picks up wing damage. So I think that was Mertz by himself. Just losing it through turn 6, but unfortunately a couple of drivers are going to have to come in for brand new front wing. Quiet Cake within a second just falls out of it. So unlucky for the drivers at the back. Tetris got involved in that as well. So this might have calmed this stuff down. So Quiet Cake down in P6. Battlecat will try and get past Quiet Cake because he needs to just close in on Cuds. This is going to easily help Cuds if these guys still start fighting massively like they have the last 5-6 laps. Oh, and that's Quiet Cake into the pits. So I'd imagine a soft compounded tyre for Quiet Cake. Maybe get that front wing changed. He had both end plates, but you could just see, especially through 3, 4 and 5, he was really struggling. And that's the front wing change there. So he did his best as he could. You've got to give him a shout out there. That was fantastic action we've just seen the last 10-15 minutes. And as you can see, bring on the tyres. As Seal Pill and Yusuf still fighting. Yusuf down the inside. But again, 6 seconds more penalties than Seal Pill. So gonna be... Seal Pill doesn't really have to do anything too stupid to get this victory. And down the inside at turn 10, Seal Pill takes that position back. Just gotta be careful though, because Seal Pill can't fight too much, because Shawnee doesn't quite have the pace I'd say that it does have the pace, matched Seal Peel that last lap, but was about 6/10 slower than Yusuf, who probably had DRS down both spots. So Shawnee just needs to keep up the pace, no DRS, clean track ahead, and that's super wide from Yusuf again. But does get a slightly bit better exit. As Yusuf and Seal Peel. So we've got 11 laps remaining in this 100% France race. Merch has got rear wing damage, I've just seen, so really going to struggle. Hopefully can manage on those soft compounded tyres. Unfortunately, you spin in the middle of the track. Unfortunately, you're going to get damage when people hit you. Not much Merch could have done in that particular thing, but it's really broken up this pack. We've had 7 cars fighting, 6 cars fighting. We're down to 3. Battlecat hasn't been able to get onto the back of the cars, and Letter P and Broken Reptile potentially sniff a P5. Back to the front though, Yusuf. A little moment off the curb. So won't have the straight line speed. These two sort of in a class of their own. Top 3 in the 34s, Cuds the 35-1, Battlecat at 34-3, as you got the Letter P and Battlecat fighting, and Letter P getting that position into P5. So Yusuf on board. So Quiet Cake may try to spin fastest lap while he's on those soft compounded tyres. Merge picks up a 3-second time penalty. Assuming this does not have the grip. As we're going to go side by side as we begin lap 44. Seal Peel has the inside line, but Yusuf has the overspeed to be able to take that turn 1 cleanly without risk of attack. So NATO's actually coming as well. We've sort of haven't noticed that, but NATO's coming onto a medium set of compounded tyres. So Gifted probably P4, but then again, he's not too far away from what Cuds is running in P4. So obviously we'll have much more grip. Tyres aren't too bad. They're mid-20s for a lot of the guys now on those 14 laps, so it's not massive. Seal Peel gets the race lead back ahead of Yusuf. Oh, but Seal Peel has a moment off the corner. Yusuf just happy to sit back there. As I said, still 9 laps left. They're well clear of the guys behind. Yusuf will still end up on the podium, even though he does have the 9 seconds worth of penalties, as you can see. So we'll keep an eye on that towards the end of the race. Letter P and Cuds. Letter P trying to get that P4 on the hard better tyres as well, so they'd be feeling a little bit, maybe a little bit better than the mediums. But Letter P back up into P4. Highest place they've been. Seal Peel and Eustace coming in. So not wanting to try and get those tyres to the end of the race. They should have easily been able to do it, but we will go the soft compounded tyres. We'll come out near this Letter P battle. They're going to be very interesting. It was about 23.5, as you can see. It's probably that in terms of the pit lane. So hopefully it was a clean stop. Letter P, Cuds, Battlecat. Battle for P4, P5, P6 at the moment. Where does Yusuf come out? He's going to come out right in front. He's going to really need to work those tyres. They're the softs, so they should be able to work nicely. So you'd imagine if you're Seal Peel, you come in and cover that. But then again, Yusuf's got 9 seconds worth of penalties, as Battlecat now has a 3-second time penalty. So Shawnee and Broken Reptile are the only 2 drivers left on this grid that have not received a times penalty at the moment. And as you've got NATO going up the inside of the Battlecat on those fresh medium tyres, up into P6. Yusuf, as you can see, cleared. Those soft tyres would have worked wonders in that first sector. And Letter P would have liked to have a bit of DRS. Not quite, but Cuds, NATO's going to be the one trying to attack board. So you've got 12 runners at the moment. 7.5 laps left to go. Shawnay's now in, which is very interesting. Well, they might have just tried to stay out. They're going to actually get caught by this letter P battle. As we get, where does Shawnay come out? Right behind. Would have thought they might have tried to maybe try and stick it out to the end, because obviously they're penalty free. But instead of soft compound tyres, will make this race interesting, as letter P has got NATO right behind him. Should just have so much better grip off turn 6, and should be an easy pass. Letter P held a podium position for about one sector, but NATO's going to reclaim that. So NATO actually jumped Shawnay back. So now NATO could actually find himself on the podium. That's really worked out. That 4-lap undercut has really worked out for NATO. Problem is 3 seconds. Shawnay's got 6 seconds, but is in this traffic. Got past Battle Cat, so that's job 1 done. Who will be this 2-up podium? Seal Pill Yusuf, I'd imagine a 1 and 2. You'd imagine Seal Pill's probably going to be in P1. It's who's on that final step of the podium. Is it NATO? Or is it Shawnay? Shawnay has to be quick about these moves, but got to be careful. Someone comes in, so that helps. As the letter P comes in, and Shawnay should have much better grip off the exit. DRS enabled. And that's an easy move up into P4. So the gap is 2.4 seconds between Shawnay and NATO. And I have a feeling Shawnay on those soft compounded tyres be able to easily close up to NATO Bien on those 5-lap-old medium tyres. Tetris up in a couple of spots. 17-lap-old hard. So a lot of these guys jumping to the soft compounded tyres. Where's Quiet Cake? Because he was in this battle. He did have a front wing change. He nearly closed up. So ahead of, just behind the letter P. 5-lap-old soft compounded tyres though. So they'll have a little bit of wear on them. We'll see Quiet Cake in match. So Cud's currently sort of best of the rest. I wouldn't say that, but off this battle, off the restart, Cud's is sort of leading that best of the rest position. Cud's, Battle Cat, Tetris, they're the 3 that have stayed out. Letter P has about a 5-second gap to Tetris to close in, and then 14 seconds to the Cud's Battle Cat. So would have been interesting to see. Maybe Letter P should have just stayed out. But as I said, you've got 6.5 laps left to go. We'll wait and see. Silpill's going to cross the line to start lap 48 and 53. So 6 laps remaining. Has a 13-second lead over Yusuf. Yusuf should just set the fastest lap. And most certainly does, 31.007. And was about 3.5 seconds quicker than Silpill. So, remind you of the penalties, it's 6 seconds. So, at that rate, Yusuf will pass and probably gap. So, Silpill's really going to still have to push. Shawnay's now within a second of Natibien. Battle Cat within 3/10 of Cuds. So, should be an easy move for Shawnay. And obviously, with no penalties on board. Quiet Cake picks up another 3-second penalty, so that's up to 9. Shawnay late move down the inside. Nato defended it well. Picks up a 3-second time penalty to boot. That's up to 6 seconds, I believe. And Shawnay should get the drive, having the cleaner line through 8-9. Should get it done, but I'm just going to wait till we get to the hairpin. NATO taking a wider line, but unfortunately nothing on those soft tyres, given that pink and white livery. Just a little bit of the extra grip, so up into P3. And potentially on the podium is net P2 at the moment. You can see 9 seconds worth of penalties for Yusuf. Shawnay's 8.3. So you never know. Yusuf's obviously been running wide, so more than likely could pick up another 3-second time penalty. That's where just in the home stretches of this race, it's been a good one. Race to the lead sort of has been there with Silpil and Yusuf since the restart, but Frosty before his retirement had a big margin and was sort of easily managing a gap. However, the gap is 9.4 first to second. Letterpeak gets back past Tetris, obviously on those brand new soft tyres. Can he close 15 seconds in 5 laps to potentially get P5 from Cuds and Battlecat? 100% sure. I'll just say lap time. Last lap for Cuds, 35.4. Letterpeak did a 32.7, so that's about 3 seconds, just under 3 seconds. So we'll need to start pushing that a little bit more. Gap up front was about another 3 seconds Yusuf took out of Seal Peel, so we'll be on the back probably by the time we get to the end of lap 51. May within 8.2, so managing well. Could they somehow find themselves on the podium? 16 seconds to Seal Peel, probably not with 4 laps left to go. Broken Reptile. He's running on his own now. Broseph and Mertz. Mertz obviously having that rear wing damage. But I'm going to see a bit of a scrap between these two. Mertz around the outside, switches to the inside as we make our run into turn 11. Just gives enough room. Broseph should have the better line out of the corner. Has the inside for turn 12. Mertz takes a really wide line to get him a lot of exit. Problem is he went a little bit too deep. And probably that's a warning. As we've got Quiet Cake and Tetris. And Tetris being eaten up on those old hards. And picks up a 3-second time penalty to boot. So not enjoying them. As we've got Broseph losing a position to Mertz. So it was a good battle while it lasted, but Broseph dropping down into P12. Battlecat and Cards battle for P5. Both have a 3-second time penalty, as you can see. Cards, does he have the exit off the corner? Broseph picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Broken Reptile looking to move up a couple of positions after penalties. Shorday looking at second at the moment, if he can keep it within 9. He's 8.6 at the moment. Lost a couple of tenths this last lap. Letterpeak's 11 seconds behind. He's just not closing the gap enough, unfortunately. Letterpeak, where are you? What lap time did you do? A 32 flat. Battlecat did a 35 flat. Cuts did a 34.8. So it's 3 seconds, but not quite enough. As Broseph trying to hold on. Mertz down the inside. He thought about it, goes for it. Has a little bit at the moment. Broseph goes wide. Mertz likes that undercut sort of line to get a better traction off 12. Round 13, he can't do much. Tried sticking around the outside or undercut at a bit of a snap. Not sure whether he just tried to turn in a little bit too early. But we'll stay in P12. So good fight here for P11 and 12. Tetris is now in onto the soft compounder tyres. He had enough of those hards. He'll try and pinch fastest lap. Not sure if he can get to a 31.7 from Yusuf because they were also on a set of soft tyres. Cards goes down the inside, but no, switches back, gets out of it. Sits back in P6, 2.5 laps left to go. Seal Peel is about to cross the line, start our 52nd lap. So penultimate lap, just to be about started. 4.1 seconds behind, but as I said, he's got 6 seconds clear of penalties, and that pace from Yusuf will find out. As Cards and the Battlecat are still fighting. Battlecat loses P5 for the time being. Last lap, Seal Peel actually did a 34.5, Yusuf 31.9, so 2.5 seconds that time by. So I think those softs are just deteriorating a little bit, but that's still good pace on those mediums as well, though. As we have a look, 22 laps on the medium tyres. compared to 7 on the soft, so he's managing them quite nicely. And may still win this on track, actually. We'll have to wait and see. Cars and Battle Cat getting close. Mertz has... I thought Mertz had dropped Broseph, but not quite. So this battle. Right on board with the Battle Cat, housing things that... Yeah, he's lost a little bit of time. About 4 tenths behind, but this struggle through there, so he'll have to DRS, but won't be anywhere close to sending a movement down to turn 8. So we'll have to sit behind. We'll have to line up for the final lap for these two. So the only battle, Broseph is really close to Mertz. Oh, big slide from Mertz. As I said, remember, Mertz has got rear wing damage, so he'd really struggle, especially this turn 6. So he'd probably have better pace than Broseph, but he just can't get away. And Broseph, we know how quick they've been down this start finish straight. As we see if the move is on. Oh, a bit of contact. Broseph pulled out at the last minute. Thankfully he did, because it would have been contact. But Broseph just has better traction, just better grip, just don't, without the front of the rear wing damage, just so much more grip. Nado picks up a 3-second time penalty. So not in danger of losing the cards though, but the guys have started, the leaders have started the final lap. Broseph holds, so we'll switch to these leaders, Seal Pill and Yusuf. Yusuf obviously tried something different on the soft compound tyres, got the gap back to Seal Pill, but unfortunately it's the 9 seconds worth of penalties it's going to cost them. Cards, half a second. If he gets a bit of line through here, he could hold P5. Remember, equal penalties, 3 seconds apiece. I'll keep an eye on these two, but we'll switch back to the leaders as they cross the line. Cards goes defensive. Battlecat should go around the outside. Battlecat, nice move. Problem is, Cards will try and line up here. It does actually have the better traction. Battlecat hugging the inside line. Does he have anything? Has to cover. Oh, Cards goes down the inside line. But Sealpill and Yusuf cross the line 1 and 2. So Sealpill is your race winner of the Anzac Day 2-Up Cup. Shawnee actually gets that second spot, 5.6 behind Sealpill, managing to do it as Cud's going to send a lunge down on Battlecat in the final corner. Should have the battle traction off the corner. Battlecat, DRS 4 cards, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So fantastic battle that these two had at the end, the last few laps. But yeah, back to Sealpill, great effort. Only 3 seconds worth of penalties. Had the pace, decided to do only the one stop, got it done very nicely. Shawnee in P2 kept it penalty free. That's why they're on the middle step, or the second step of the podium. Yusuf, still a great drive. Obviously making the extra stop onto the soft compounded tyres, tried something different, but obviously the 9 seconds worth of penalties hurt them, unfortunately. So as we get a bit of a breather, Sealfield obviously, remember, it came from the back of the field, I believe, as well. So shout out to them. We'll see him on the podium. In the Alfa Romeo gear is Sealpill. So I think it was the special Alfa Romeo kit that got sent, but yeah, great effort from the guys. Only one safety car, one VSC. We'll watch the race. We'll watch the. We'll see the race time in a minute. Fantastic podium, Sealpill, Shawnee, Yusuf, your top 3. Nado just missing out in P4. Fastest lap did go to Yusuf, 31.007. As we have a look at our results. So 86 minutes, so just under an hour and a half, we made it through this race. Sealpill leading, Sealpill wins by 5.6 seconds ahead of Shawnee. Yusuf in as Yusuf in P3, Nano in P4, Battle Cat Great Drive in P5, Cuds in 6th, Letter P in 7th, Broken Reptile in 8th, White Cake and Broseph managing to pinch that spot for the final spot in the 10th. Mertz and Tetris were our rest of our finishers. Everybody on the lead lap with that safety car midway obviously helped. Our 3 retirements, unfortunately, Frosty, Timmy and Dommore. But a good race, plenty of action, especially in that second half of the race with the safety car. You've got your penalty glitch, so that'd be sort of be why. But obviously, I think it was obviously Silfield who did come across the line. Who did cross the line first. Unfortunately, we sort of missed it with the Battle Cat Cuds battle, but yeah, it was fantastic action that we saw from the guys. So might see if there's we might try and get a couple of these guys in to have a bit of a chat. Obviously, anyone can sort of hop in if they really wanted to. So I think that was a good race and a good good day of racing. Let's say France is so on a good day, but to do 100% around here, fair play for the guys to do it, and obviously the guys that actually made a livery as well. So fantastic result from the guys. I'll just chuck that in. Oh, and I'm just getting tagged, I think, but not to do with this. So we'll see how they go. But yeah, great results from Seal Peel. Obviously, your tier 1 drivers obviously up the front, Seal Peel, Shawnee, and NATO, obviously. So it's not really much of a surprise. Put a little bit of background music. So we'll just see if we can get any of the boys in. But yeah, no, it was a good race. Obviously, fantastic second part of the day. So obviously, we know how special today is in our region. So it was fantastic to sort of spend it with you guys, and obviously with the races alike. And obviously there was some great battles on track that we saw. So fantastic. I'm just waiting to see if we do know the winner of the livery, or that might just be posted in Discord. Oh, it might just be posted in Discord, but we might end it there. Great battle, as I said, Cuds. Great battle in the end. Just unfortunately losing it to the Battle Cat in the end there. We'll see. We'll bring up the provisional results first for everybody. Get them up. So as I said, race classification, as I said, CLP Shawnee Yusuf. As I said, Yusuf picks up the podium and the fastest lap. So, obviously, shout out to Shawnee and Broken Reptile, who went 53 laps and not picked up a penalty at all. So, fantastic result from those two as well. And obviously, unfortunate for Frosty, Tim and Domore, who unfortunately lost in that first half of the race. But as I said, it was fantastic racing from all, and Silpio running from the back of the grid to P1. So, fantastic effort for him. So, that will just about do it for this afternoon. Again, thank you everybody for watching this Anzac Day 2 Up Cup 100% race around France. So obviously we sort of honour the soldiers in unique ways. This is obviously one, and yeah, it was a great afternoon of racing. We'll head back to regularly scheduled programming on Friday night. As you can see, the calendar, we head to Silverstone on the 26th of April for Tier 3. So obviously a big week coming up there at the home of British Motorsport. And then obviously we've got Vegas, our 100% Enduro at Spielberg. So maybe a little bit of practice from the guys in terms of having an hour and a half race, and then obviously rounding it off with Abu Dhabi on pretty much nearly the last week of May. So be sure to join out the Inters Twitch channel for all that action. I'll try and be in the comms box Saturday for Tier 2 in Silverstone, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, should be a great one. But that will just about do it. We'll round off, obviously, there's only one way that you can with the Australia Day, and that's obviously with the last post. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again over the coming weekend for all the tiers for Silverstone. So until then, have the great rest of your day, this Anzac Day, as we honour our fallen soldiers across Australia and New Zealand.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.